Hey everyone, I'm Rob and welcome to the test drive. So I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. If you can't tell, I obviously bought a drone, and if you're curious as to what I bought, it is the DJI Mavic Pro. There is a new Mavic. I think it's either the Mavic 2 or the Mavic Pro 2. You also have the Mavic Air. I wanted something higher end than the Mavic Air. I looked at the Phantom as well. It was a little bit more expensive, and there were some nice deals on the Mavic Pro, and I like the fact that it's more compact, so I ended up going with that. DJI seems like they're the most well-known in terms of drones, or consumer level drones anyways, but you do have, like, GoPro has the Karma, and you have a ton of other manufacturers. I'm sure there are a lot of different great options out there for a drone. I just went with the Mavic Pro because I know other people who have them, and other DJI drones as well, and it just seems like everybody who has one really likes it. So anyways, I'm gonna incorporate that into a lot more videos. I also apologize that I haven't been posting nearly as much as I would like to. It's just been crazy, a lot of different things going on, and then it's also the fact that it's now getting dark very early. It's 6:30 in the evening right now, and it's getting pretty dark. Seems like my GoPro is still doing a good job with lighting right now though, so we can actually make a video. So while the last couple of weeks have been crazy and haven't really allowed me to create any videos, I'm going to make time to create a ton of new videos because I have so many ideas and so many cars that I need to review. So I will be bringing a lot more videos to the channel a lot more frequently, just like I used to, and hopefully more frequently than I ever have. Now, if you haven't guessed by the title or the clips in the beginning of this video, I want to make another video about my Ford Fusion. I made a couple videos about this car, and while my channel is really about test driving other cars, obviously, if you've been following the channel for a while, or if you look at the videos that I have, they've been mostly other cars and not my own. But I do want to make videos of my own cars because I want to share the ownership experience with you. I think that's huge. And I love to see the ownership experience that other people have with cars. It's something that I use when I'm buying a car. So obviously I look at reviews and things like that, and at people that review cars, but I also like to look at owners of those cars if there are videos out there about that. So considering there are so many Ford Fusions out there, and I happen to own one, and I have a lot of opinions about it, having had this car for almost 4 years at this point, I have a lot to say. So in this video, I want to talk about why I think the Ford Fusion is the best mid-size sedan that you can buy in the United States. Now, I know that this is maybe a more controversial topic considering there are so many differing opinions, and as I've seen in the comments in a lot of my videos, there are a lot of people that don't agree with me, and that's okay, because if everybody liked the same thing, that would be a really boring place to be, especially in the car world. So this video is not only going to show you why I think that the Ford Fusion is the best mid-size sedan in the US, but also why I decided to buy it. And I looked at a lot of different cars almost 4 years ago when I did buy this car, and ultimately chose the Ford Fusion Titanium with all-wheel drive that I have today. Now, the first reason that I think the Ford Fusion is the best mid-size sedan available in the United States is the fact that you can get it with all-wheel drive. And this isn't just because I live in the Northeast and I get a lot of snow, and I think all-wheel drive certainly helps a lot when you live in a climate with snow, but it's the fact that there's a performance aspect to all-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive, and the mid-size sedan space is primarily a front-wheel drive car space.
KA band.
Very interesting. If you look at the Accord and the Camry and the Malibu and the Altima and so many other cars in this space, they're all front-wheel drive. Now, the Altima is actually coming out with all-wheel drive for, I think, the 2019 model year. I have seen some videos on YouTube about that. I think that's awesome to have another car in this space, because originally there was the Chrysler 200 and the Ford Fusion, and the 200 is no longer being made. But again, it's so much more fun to drive a car with all-wheel drive as compared to front-wheel drive. You don't really have rear-wheel drive cars in this space. So, but with front-wheel drive, especially if you have more horsepower or more torque, and you don't just have like a base naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, you are going to get quite a bit of torque steer. And it's not that big of a deal. I've driven the Maxima, which is not a competitor of the Fusion necessarily, but that car is front wheel drive. It has 305 horsepower and it puts down a lot of torque steer. But it's so fun to drive, and I've certainly enjoyed driving it the many times that I've driven the latest generation of the Maxima. But anyways, to have a car that is all-wheel drive, to me, is just more fun, and that's one of the reasons why I think that this is the best mid-size car that you can buy in the US. Now, a side note about the Altima's all-wheel drive system is that it's not like the Fusion's all-wheel drive system. So with the Fusion, you have power going to all 4 wheels all the time. At least from what I understand, it's a 70-30 split the majority of the time. So 70% of the power goes to the front wheels, 30% goes to the rear wheels. I would love a true 50-50, or obviously you have a lot of cars that have a rear bias. That'd be incredible. With the Altima, it's a front wheel drive car unless it needs to send power to the rear wheels. So either it's detecting slip and inclement weather, or if you're just trying to send power, as much power as possible, and you're mashing the throttle to the floor, then it will send power to the rear wheels as well, from what I understand. If I'm not correct, obviously let me know, but from the videos I've watched and what I've read, that is what I understand to be the truth. Now, the second reason why I think the Ford Fusion is the best mid-size car that you can buy in the US are all of the different powertrain options. The fact that you don't just have one 4-cylinder option, or let's say a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated 6. I mean, you have so many different options for the Fusion that I can say there is a Fusion for everybody. Now, obviously my favorite, and this didn't exist when I bought mine, is the Fusion Sport with the 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6. That is a twin turbocharged V6 putting out 325 horsepower, 380 pound-feet of torque. That is a lot of power for a car in this space. I'm pretty sure it is the most powerful car in this space. I'm actually 100% sure that it is. But at the same time, you have other very fast midsize sedans too. But again, you have that option. You also have the 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost that I'm driving, the 4-cylinder, and then you have the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. You also have the 4-cylinders that are in the hybrid and plug-in hybrid or Fusion Energy models as well. So there are so many different options available for the Fusion that I think that makes it extremely attractive, because you don't just have one or maybe 2 options. You have a lot of different options. Now, I do apologize for how dark it's getting. It's also been cloudy all day, so it doesn't really help. But I'm gonna get this video wrapped up here shortly, because the third reason and the final reason why I think that the Ford Fusion is the best midsize sedan that you can buy in the US is the interior quality. Now, I have driven, I'm pretty sure, every single midsize sedan that is currently available, at least the latest generation models in the US. And there are a lot of good ones. But I have to say that I think the Fusion's interior, and there are a lot of people probably that will disagree with me, but the Fusion's interior in terms of the quality and the feel, not necessarily the look, I do like the look, but the quality and the feel of the interior is the best, in my opinion. It feels like the highest quality, most expensive interior. Every single surface is a soft touch surface. There is really no hard plastic that I can find on the inside of this car. Everything is soft, everything feels nice, and you know what? I have 82,000 miles on my Fusion, and it feels brand new. I mean, like it did when it was brand new. The interior has held up phenomenally. This interior is really nice, and I think it is the best quality interior. So again, that is a third reason that is solely my opinion. There are other people that think that the Altima's interior is better, or the Accord's interior, or maybe the Camry's interior, or maybe something else in this space, because this has been a very crowded space for very long. Now, the SUV or small SUV crossover segment is certainly overtaking the midsize car segment. I think it pretty much already has, but in this midsize car segment in the United States, there are still a lot of different options. And from what I'm hearing, the Fusion may be sticking around for a while longer. So I hope it does. I hope they don't can it completely, because I think that Ford made a very nice car here, and I hope they continue with that. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for how dark it is at this point, but there is so much more content coming. I am so excited about everything that's coming to the channel. I have a lot of really awesome videos coming very, very soon. Bunch of cool equipment in addition to the drone that I'm buying as well. So again, stay tuned for the next video. Check out my old stuff. Hit that subscribe button, most importantly, to support the channel. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.